Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've seen you, and I do appreciate your visit today. I have been on a health journey since April 1st of 2023. I have decided that I'm going to focus really hard on getting healthy, eating healthy, losing some weight, and I can't afford to buy a lot of prepackaged stuff. Excuse me. I have learned how to make some things that fit well into my health journey that I thought I would share with you. I joined Weight Watchers on April 1st. I am officially down 81 pounds so far. Today I'm making something that I use for both breakfast or as a snack, and that is baked oatmeal. Now, I have never liked oatmeal cooked like normal breakfast food where you just cook it, or the overnight oats. It's a texture thing with me. I don't like mushy food. So I came upon baked oatmeal. And this has worked so well for me. It's very low in points if you follow Weight Watchers. It has some decent nutrition in it. It has eggs and the oats for fiber and fruit. And I just think it turns out really well. So in this bowl here, I started with 4 eggs. Now I'm going to tell you in the beginning, if you want this to make a huge breakfast, this is going to make 4 servings at about 3 points per serving. I cut mine into 6 because it was just a little bit too much for me. It's still 2 points, but then if I use it as a dessert, I could top it with some whipped cream. That makes it really good. So I have the 4 eggs in my bowl here. Now, the fruit that I use, that can be changed up according to your taste. Last week I did pumpkin. The week before that I did just mashed bananas. So today I am using some of my home canned apples. They're chunky apples. I'm going to puree them a little bit. So you could really change the flavor up a little bit here. It is not very sweet. That can be adjusted to your taste as well. So I'm going to this is approximately 2 cups of these chunky apples. Like I said, you can use 4 mashed bananas, worked very well in this recipe, as did 1 can. What you guys would probably get is 1 can of pumpkin. I happen to cook my own and freeze it. So it's approximately 2 cups of pumpkin. So it is pretty flexible. You could add if you want it sweeter, I add sometimes Lily's chocolate chips because they're low points on Weight Watchers. Obviously, if you're not doing Weight Watchers, you could use regular chocolate chips. I've added blueberries to it. Let's see, what else? I've added peanut butter powder to it. So it's really going to depend on what you like. So I thought this was a little chunkier than it is, but I don't mind a few chunks. Some of them are a little big here. So I'm going to take my stick blender, and I'm going to just blend it for a second here to get the eggs and I want to leave a little bit chunky, but okay, I think that's all I'm going to do for right now. I'll stir it up and see how chunky it is. I'm going to whip that together. I'll make sure I put all of the ingredients down in the description box because this is kind of a made-up recipe. I saw other ones, but they used a lot of sugar. They had a lot of brown sugar in their recipes and stuff, and I just simply don't want to use the extra sugars right now. Okay, so that looks pretty good. To that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Gives it a little bit of rise. Okay. I love apples and cinnamon, and I like a lot of cinnamon. This is up to your personal taste, so you may need to cut back. I'm going to add at least a tablespoon. I like to really taste my cinnamon, almost to the point where it tingles your tongue a little bit. And on top of that, just to add a little different but more spice, I'm going to use some, I don't have apple pie spice, but I have pumpkin pie spice. They're almost the same. Again, it's mostly cinnamon, but it has a little bit of ginger and nutmeg in it. So I'm going to add those, and then I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. All the spices, oh my goodness, my vanilla's really stuck. All the spices are totally optional. So is the baking soda, to be honest, and the vanilla. I've seen it where they've just used sugar, the fruit, and eggs, and the oatmeal, and a little bit of milk, and that was it. Now, I do like mine just a bit sweet. If I was using bananas in here, I think it would be just a little bit sweeter. So I have some leftovers. You can see it's not much in there. This is monk fruit. It's a 0-calorie sweetener. And I'm just going to add about 3 tablespoons of that. I'm going to mix that up really well, because I like to get those spices really incorporated, because my next step is going to be to add my oats. Can't quite get that baking soda to go in there. All right. So I have my quick oats. If I can get it open. And I'm going to add 2 cups. Okay. So really on the Weight Watchers plan that I'm on, the only thing I have to count is the oats. So if I made 4 servings, that would be 3 points, because a half a cup per serving. If I make 6 servings, it's 1/3 of a cup, which is 2 points. I am going to add a little bit of unsweetened almond milk, but I'm going to tell you guys, this is where you could customize it to your liking a little better. This is wetter than I did with the pumpkin. I like mine pretty dense. I like it to really be firm, kind of like, I don't know, it's even a little bit denser than a muffin. And so I don't add a lot of liquid. You can add up to a cup to this. But like I said, I like mine, honestly, this is about where I think I want it. But I might add a couple of tablespoons of the almond milk. I use the unsweetened almond milk. I find this at the Dollar Tree. Because I don't use it a lot, this can last on the shelf, which makes it kind of nice. Just going to add a couple of, maybe 4 tablespoons. Like I said, I adjust it according to how it looks. And if you make this a couple of times, you'll know where your tastes are. Like I said, I don't like, I guess you could call it creamy oatmeal. I don't like the soaked oats, and I don't like regular oats. It's just a texture thing. But this consistency gives me a nice, should give me a nice bake on this. So the last thing I have is a prepared pan. I did put just a couple little sprays of non-stick spray in here. Yeah, I forgot last time. It didn't stick too bad, so that works too. And I'm going to pour this into this baking pan. I think this is either an 8x8 or a 9x9. And you will see it's going to really make huge portions once you get it cooked. All right, put that all in there. And I just spread it out. Now, I use my air fryer. Well, it's not an air fryer. It's an oven that can be used as an air fryer, toaster oven. So I'm going to bake this at 350 degrees for 45 to 60 minutes. It's going to depend, again, on how much moisture's in there. And like I said, I want the center cooked. I don't want it to be liquidy at all in the middle. And once I get that cooked, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, fresh from the oven. It did take a little bit less time than my last 2. This one took 40 minutes. As you could see, it's hot, but it's got a nice firm texture. That's the way I like it. If you like it a little less firm, add more of the almond milk or milk, whatever you guys like. And The nice thing with this is you can eat it hot, you can eat it cold. It rewarms in the microwave if you like it that way. But I'm going to save this for dessert for later today, and I'll come back and we'll take a look at the inside of this cake once it cools down a little bit. All right, well, here's my baked oats. As you can see, like I said, I like them pretty dense, but it's still moist in the middle. You can see it's not mushy. There's no liquid in it. That's the way I prefer it. Some people like it with a lot more liquid, more like a breakfast cereal, similar to regular oatmeal, but that's not the way I like it. And since it's going to be my dessert tonight, I put just a little bit of sugar-free whipped topping on it, as you can see there. And that's going to be a 3-point dessert for me tonight because of the whipped topping. Otherwise, when I cut it into 6 pieces, it's 2 Weight Watcher points. So I'm going to make sure to give you guys the recipe and the changes that you can make. I made this up, so you guys tweak it the way you like it. And I hope you enjoy. Have a wonderful day.